Hey guys, how's it going? It is a gorgeous morning out here on the property. It is, it's gonna be a hot one, so I'm out super early in the morning, and I've got one project that I wanna tackle today, and it is the front bed right there. It really needs to be weeded, and I've got some stunning lavender to go in the ground right there, and it's gonna be so good. So, let me turn the camera around. I'll show you guys the lavender, and we'll go over it really quickly, and then we're gonna go over what I need to do to this bed because she needs a lot of love. She's been totally neglected this season. It's not been great, but I'm really excited to get these lavender in the ground. They're huge, they're big. It's a big hole I have to dig. I'm hoping to get it done before the sun hits because it's hot today, and we're supposed to hit, like, we've got a day that's 107, a day that's 108, and I mean, we're basically above 100 degrees now, and we'll stay above 100 degrees. So I'm out here in the morning. Kind of came on quick. It was like a excessive heat warning that showed up on the phone. I was not prepared for that at all. So let me show you guys the lavender because it's so good and they smell amazing. So these are the lavenders that I have. I've got a ton of them. The blooms are starting to fade, which, I mean, I feel like it's kind of a second show with how they fade to like a white color. So they were this color. You can see like some of the old blooms, or the like not faded blooms, they were this color, and then you get these like faded to white, and so it's kind of like a like second show out of it as they change. I feel like maybe I'm just being crazy, I don't know. This is called the Princess Spanish Lavender. She's a full sun lover. These plants are really massive. 1 gallon is more than enough because lavender is a pretty fast growing plant. She's hardy in zones 7 through 9. She gets 12 to 15 inches tall and wide. So this is the one that's much more compact. This is why I wanted this, because I wanted something that was more compact, because it's going over in this area, and I didn't want like traditional lavender that gets absolutely massive and we wouldn't be able to walk past this, so I needed something more compact. And it's also deer and rabbit resistant, which is really nice, and it's highly fragrant. It's got a little bit of a stick to it because it has the like essential oils that come out of the plant, making it so that it's like got that sticky oil feel to it, which is fine because it's so small, so it's going to be more compact. It says that it's really great for like potpourris, and you can also use it in cooking. Spanish lavender is kind of a hard one. You don't really always want to use that one for cooking, but you can. English lavender really is the best for cooking. I just wanted fragrant and I wanted compact, and this was like perfect. And I also kill English lavender. This is kind of a perfect one, and this is full sun, and it's supposed to just like continuously bloom throughout the season. You can see, so it did its first flush, and then it's forming up a second, set of buds right here. So we should get another flush pretty quickly after we plant it, which will be really nice. So I'm thinking that it kind of does the thing, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that it does the thing that a lot of other like petunias do, where they bury their dead. So it does the bloom, and then right above that it sends out a second bloom flush and it buries those dead. So you just kind of like get constant blooms out of this. I saw a photo of it and it was just like intense, the color, and I just thought it was absolutely amazing. So my goal for this front area, because this is where you walk up and you enter our property, is you come in the driveway. I'm gonna do another smelling plant up there, and then you come down this walkway right here, and this will just smell amazing. I want it to feel like I've got like sunflower vibes up here, and I've got lavender, and then I'm gonna have jasmine up here, and I want you to walk in and you just like get hit with like a perfume of smells throughout the entire growing season. And then also you get hit with color. So I've got the like sunflower blooms, the yellows, I've got the dichondra, I've got the creeping jenny and the lavender, and it's just, I don't know, to me, I didn't mean to go this vibe, but it's feeling a little like Tuscany, which is not the vibe I was going for, but I do enjoy it. So I'm not going to be mad at it. It's not real sunflowers up here. I mean, I do have the Sunbelievables, which are a sunflower helianthus up front. And then I've got like my little faux sunflowers, the super caramel yellows up there. So it's just like a vibe we're going for with strong smells. So we gotta clear this bed out because she is being taken over. So this is the front bed right here where I've got the window box. That's just my absolute favorite. The color combination on this has just kind of like blown my mind, and I think it's like blown a lot of you guys away too. The combination on it's just really, really pretty. And there are way too many plants in this window box. But this is the area that they're all going to go, and I'm not going to put them dead center. I'm going to kind of like center them, but then bring them back just a little bit, so that way as they do fill out the space, you can still walk and they're not starting to like crowd the area. This is a full sun area. It is really early. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and there's no sun here this early, but give it like an hour and a half and this will be full sun until the very end of the day. So I got to come in and clean this out. I've got some oxalis here, which is taken over, and I'm surprised that it's even doing like mediocre. It's actually doing really well. It's thriving. I'm surprised, because this stuff is a shade lover, and they spread by the rhizomes underneath the ground. So I gotta get all of those little rhizomes out, otherwise I'm gonna continuously have them like popping up. And then I have a random hollyhock here and there. I've got some weeds over there, some spurge coming up, random grasses. I gotta clean all of this out so that way I can get the lavender in, and then we're gonna go ahead and mulch, and we are going to fertilize. You guys want to know something funny though before we start? So the dogs can easily come up here right now because we're up here, and the gate right there is open. Freya, of course, will be right with us. Sadie, she just really loves her alone time. And so she's in the backyard. She could easily come up. She followed us like partially, and then she stopped and grabbed some water, and then she just wandered back off. Well, Brent said that he had just gone back inside, and he saw through the back window that she was just frolicking through the backyard. She's jumping and running all by herself. I don't know. She loves to be by herself. So she doesn't always love to be like right by our side until we come inside for the evening, and then she wants to be right by our side. But during the day, she just wants to be left alone. She wants to nap in the sun, and that's why you guys never see her in videos. She's usually like somewhere where we're not. She just wants to be, she's old. She wants to be left alone. And Freya is annoying. So now let's get started. Oh, ma'am. You just always have to be guard? Okay, we got the bed cleared out. I know I'm gonna get asked why I'm taking these out. They look so good. They do look good. They look happy. They look healthy, but they take over. These are perfect for in containers or in like a confined space. Like if I wanted to do this entire bed where they are confined and they can't escape, totally fine to do them there. But they spread by these little like rhizome thingies, and this, if just this piece right here, if just this little teeny tiny piece right here were to be left in the soil, this could sprout all new plants. Even if there was just this piece right here, it could sprout new plants. So I got to make sure I get all of the little like roots for it. They look like little armadillos to me. They're like, I don't know how well it's gonna pick up. They're kind of scaly like this, and so they just remind me of like an armadillo scale. I love this plant. I have it growing everywhere. I think it's a really, really pretty plant. I love the flowers. I do see bees on them, but this isn't the proper space for them. I don't want them really in the ground on the property. They've kind of like accidentally ended up on the ground. Like maybe I've dumped like a bucket of soil that I had weeded, and maybe it had a couple of these left over, or just, I don't know, some way they ended up in the ground, and that's not what I want. It's not the vibe we're going for. So I love them in containers. I have them in, I think, 3 containers, and they're perfect. They're beautiful. They're stunning. This is just not it. They're really pretty though if you want like a black one. This is an oxalis. I don't know the name of it. This was given to us, just like literally somebody gave us, hey Brent, somebody just gave us little like rootings of it, and in just a very short period of time, they've done what they've done. They just grow really, really quickly, but I still love them, just not in the ground. Now that we have this entire bed cleared out, I gotta fix the irrigation. So I have my irrigation already ran. It comes from a spigot over here, and then it runs straight down, kind of loops around. This was perfect for when I had like tulips and other things. But now we've added this window box, which it's irrigated also. And so it gets water, but all the excess water pours down and out of this. So I need to come in, and from here to here, I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna add a solid black line that doesn't have any emitters. This is the brown right here that has the emitters. And from here to here, I don't want any emitters, because otherwise it's just going to be too much water for the lavenders. Lavenders really prefer to kind of like dry out in between watering. It's not going to be 100% the case here, but getting rid of some of the water will really help. So let me show you this, how it has the emitters. And I'm just going to do a straight line so you can see it right here. There is a emitter right there, and water comes out there every 12 inches. So you can see there's another one there, another one down the way, and water just comes out of those. I think it's like a ½ gallon per hour or something like that. And so it's just going to get cut, and then the line is just going to kind of continue on. So it'll be a short stretch, and it'll be a short stretch. And this is what I'm going to go in with that has no emitters at all in it. So it's just solid black tubing, which you won't even see the tubing after I mulch and put the plants in. So I'm going to go in with 2 straight couplers. We redid our drip irrigation box. I picked this up from Home Depot, and it's like the Husky one. I'll put a link to it down below, and it's got all of our stuff. So I just need 2 straight couplers. But this, it like folds closed, and then this closes. So I put all the ones that we use all the time up here, which is usually our like smaller pieces, and then our bigger pieces are just down below that we also use. So this has been really, really handy. I think this was kind of expensive. I can't quite remember. I think it was like 40 bucks, but we used to just have a really teeny tiny one from Husky that could just hold just our small things, and it didn't even hold all of them. But this has been really handy. We just like, I usually have a pair of loppers in here, and then these like close shut, and then you can just walk around with this. It's really, really handy. What are you doing, Sadie? What are you doing? You wanna come up here? Come on. Come here. Sadie, come on. Come on. Sadie, come on. See, right behind Brett. She's always just kind of like hiding. And then there's Freya, always in the way. She's always hiding. This is gonna be phenomenal. Oh my gosh, and just moving these, the smell, whew, and these have been in the shade all day long so far. So once these hit the sun and the oils really start to warm up, they're gonna smell so good. You're just gonna walk through the driveway, up the door, and that is all you're gonna smell. And it is going to be so amazing. I have them spaced out so they're even. There's the center one, and then there's 4 on each side. So it's got even spacing. I mean, it's not perfect right now. You can see there's more of a gap, here, but this is just a general idea. So it's pretty even. I'll go in and, I'll make sure things are actually like proper, because like this needs to come over a little bit. That probably needs to go that way a little bit. But I tried to do 1 in the center of the box, 1 at the ends, 1 in the center, and then 2 outside. So there's a little bit more space over here. Just the way that the house was built, there's less space on this side than there is on this side. So we're just gonna like play with it. There'll be like more room at the end of this one, and I think it should be okay. This is just gonna be so, so good. So I've got 5 of them in so far. They're all centered, so one there, one at the end, and then one at the very end. And same over here. Now I need to go in and fill these holes in. But I kind of wanted to show you this, that you really don't need as many plants as I'm going in with, even if I just stopped at this point and I did just the 5 of them, because these are, you know, expensive plants. And, you know, justifiably, we understand why they're expensive. After I went to the tour of their growing facility, we now know, you know, why Monrovia plants cost what they do. It's the care, it's the years, it's the soil that they, you know, put in, it's everything. But I could just go with just this 5, and even that smell is going to be amazing, and just the look of just that is going to be amazing. I could go in and then mulch, and that would just be like the cherry on top. I could even go in with some type of small full sun ground cover right here, and it would just be perfect, just like that. I really want a full hedge. I basically want like a hedge, like I said, of lavender. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fill these holes in, and then this basically becomes a hedge of lavender. I was joking with Brent, and I had them all placed over on this side really quickly while I was like spacing it out and checking everything out, and they were all lined just like this. It was so perfect, and I was like, oh my gosh, how perfect would it be if we did a line of lavender here, a line of lavender over there, widened the walkway, and then if we continued on and we lined this side and this side with lavender, so it was like a lavender hedge, and then it continued down. And he's like, yeah, no, because we would have to dig irrigation, remove the irrigation, it would have to be out, then we'd have to like dig up all the sod that we have here. It would be way too much, but it would be so pretty, because I mean, I was like, oh, I still have, 4 left. We could start the hedge on this side, and I'm sure I could get a few more. We could just continue it on. It would be so pretty. He was not thrilled about that one. He was like, no, not doing that. So we're gonna make a full hedge over here. It's filling up with water. Just kidding. looks so good. It's got harsh shadows. It's like 9:30 right now, so you can see 9:30 it starts to get in the sun, and in probably another half hour this will be in full sun. So by 10 o'clock this is full sun all day long. So the lavender is going to love it. The mulch, it's the Garden Time Pathway ground cover, this one. So I know each bag has a little variance. This bag has a little bit of red to it, which ties in perfectly with the front porch, which is so cool. Unplanned, but this looks so good. Let me stand to the side so you can see they're not up against the house. There is a space behind all of them, but they're a little further back in the bed, so that way as they kind of grow and fill out, they're not like in the walkway, because this is a very narrow walkway as it is. So this looks so good, and it smells so good. These ones right here have already started to heat up and release some of their essential oils. I'm just very, very pleased with this. It's gonna be so beautiful once it all fills out, and the aroma, it's gonna be amazing. A couple quick little facts. I'm gonna turn around like this. A couple quick little facts that Brent wanted to go over. Shoot them off, rapid fire. Couple things about lavender though is they are rabbit and deer resistant, which is really nice. They also, all of these are going to repel like mosquitoes and flies, I guess. We'll see. I have a whole hedge of them, so hopefully that works, because we constantly get flies like in our little like porch area right here. So it'd be really nice if that kind of like helped keep mosquitoes and flies out of this area. I would really, really love that. And the other thing is, in the fall time, like very late in the fall, winter time, we're gonna shear these back, and we're gonna shear them back very, very hard. Lavender blooms and grows on new wood, and so you have to cut these back just a couple inches above the ground. I'm sure somewhere in there, I'm gonna have to show you guys this winter time, but somewhere in there, there's cut marks from Monrovia where they had sheared these back, because these plants have got to be at least, 2 years old at this point. So in the winter time, we shear them back very, very tight, making sure that we're not cutting into the old growth, because it won't put out new growth from the old blooms. So we leave just a little tiny bit of this like new growth, which is like all the way down here. So we'll cut it back pretty hard. I'll show you guys that this fall time, this late fall, early winter, and that's going to give us a really healthy blooms next year and make it so that it doesn't get out of control and grow like crazy. That's really just going to keep it in check, which we really, really, truly want for our lavender. We don't want it to get absolutely massive and shrubby and woody, and then they don't look very good and they don't look compact. Like I said, I want this to continue to keep like a round like hedge habit to it, and so I think that this is perfect. I'm not going to go in with any more plants or anything like that. I'm not going to underplant it. My brain tells me underplant it, but I just think that this adds a little touch of formality, and it's going to make it so the lavender grows and we're not like tripping over plants in the walkway. So I'm really happy with that. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think we're gonna go inside because it's already starting to warm up a little bit now. And I don't do good in the heat, as you guys know. I get gross, I get sweaty, and nobody wants to see that. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for coming along with me. It was a good day. Bye, guys.